Hello everybody, and welcome back to another StuGaming speed build video where we recreate a better and bigger Sims 4 Season 3 Big Brother house. So I actually did take the layout of the Sims 4 Season 2 house, and I had to completely redo it from scratch because you'll see here there were so many glitches and errors with it, so I just kind of remodeled it based on the shape. And I am so excited to show you this house because it actually took me 7 hours and 47 minutes to complete this build. So definitely took a lot of time, but in the end, I love it. So in this video, we're actually going to do the countdown to Big Brother because as you guys know, if you've been following me on YouTube or on my Discord channel, the season premiere of the next episode starts on Friday, which is tomorrow. Oh my gosh, it starts tomorrow, guys. That's crazy. So we are going to go over this build, what was my thought process for it, and we're also going to give you some updates on the game. So I'm very excited about that. So anyway, let's go into the build to start. So basically for this build, each room had a specific color scheme. I tried to give a couple of the rooms themes in the sense like I made one like more wilderness, tropical, and then another one I kind of made it like the auto room, like there was a car on the wall and stuff like that, you know, so just something like that here and there. But for the most part, I just tried to stay true to a color scheme because I felt like if I have defined colors in each room, it's easier to see which room is what, you know, because sometimes they can all blend together a little bit. So I definitely wanted to give every room a really bold color. Now, I also gave the head of household room quite an extension. They actually have a patio. I know, I'm like, holy crap. But that is really, really exciting. So I really love the head of household room. I love the second floor. And I actually added some more stuff on the second floor that we've never had before, which is also quite exciting. Now, I started this on a 64 by 64-bit lot, as you guys can see. But, you know, this house is big, but it doesn't warrant a 64 by 64. I mean, you might be able to get away with it if you made a very, very, very long walkway. But for me, I ended up thinking it's too big. There's too much backyard space. It just looks really empty. So I actually finished this build on this lot, but I moved it to a 50 by 40 lot, and it works perfectly. And also I find that on a 64 by 64-bit lot, I actually was having problems with lag. I don't know if you guys have ever had that, but there was a lot in this build, and therefore my game was actually starting to lag when I was in live mode. As soon as I moved it to a 50 by 40, it worked perfectly. So much better. So I definitely recommend that if you guys haven't tried it, because I think that the 64 by 64-bit is just too big, but maybe your game doesn't have issues like mine does. And if it does have lag and yours doesn't, what the heck? Like, I actually bought this computer brand new, and I bought it specifically for The Sims, and it's not even that old. I only bought it in October of 2019, so I don't understand why there's so much lag sometimes, but there is. So I'm trying to figure that out because I don't like that lag issue, but I definitely think that this build looks a lot better on a smaller lot. It fills the entire lot up, and I think you guys will like it in the final result. And that's all there is to that. So basically, I want to talk about the game, and I want to talk about what's new, what's different, and what is the same. So if you guys follow me on Discord or you're in our Discord server, you will know that I have been giving some leaks here and there in regards to the Big Brother game. So in this season, it's a little different because we have already released the photos of the house guests, but there's a little catch because they're not clear-cut photos where you can see everything. They're actually just silhouettes. But still, you can make good educated guesses of who you think it is based on who's in the gallery on The Sims 4, which is really exciting. I love seeing the guesses of what people think who has been casted. But these silhouettes have 16 photos, which means for the first time ever, we actually have 16 house guests that are going to be playing this game, which has never been done in the Big Brother game on Sims before on my channel. So I'm very excited to play with that many people, and I think it's going to go really well, you know. So I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic that the casting is going to be good. Plus, we have had some amazing submissions. I just want to let you guys know that there was over 200 Sims submitted for this one season, and it was really tough to narrow it down to 16. It was extremely tough, and I can say that the 16 Sims that I casted in the end, I absolutely love every single one of them. They're all amazing. I am so excited to have them all play, and I would be genuinely happy if any of them won. So I'm really excited for you to meet the cast, and I'm excited for you to see who has been casted, if your sim is in the game, and then also what your thoughts are of the people that have been casted as well. So, I actually should be talking about the house a little bit, but as you just saw, I just made the diary room, and then I made the storage room, and now I'm making the laundry room. But the storage room and the laundry room, I actually locked. They're just for a visual purpose. I do not want the Sims burning down other sections of the house. We don't need any more fires, because if you look at the Elimination Challenge Season 7, we had so many dang fires because of those laundry machines. So I actually put a washing line and a washing bucket outside the house, and that's the only place that these guys are gonna be allowed to do their damn laundry. But 16 Sims, I'm very excited about that, so we'll have to see how that goes. Also, for the first time, we are not randomizing the nominations. This is actually one of my favorite rooms in the house. This is the orange room. I also had like a little half truck on the side, and it's kind of like the rustic room is what I would call it. It's the rustic room, and it's definitely my favorite. It was the very first room that I made in this house for the Sims, and I tried to put a lot of double beds in because I'm looking for a lot of woohooing, guys. I mean, let's be real. We need some woohoos in this house. This is actually the have-not room, which is probably my favorite have-not room we've ever done in The Sims 4. And unfortunately, it actually does look a little different than this. I did edit it a little bit more, but the final product is phenomenal in my opinion. I can't wait for you guys to see it, and that will be tomorrow when I actually do the first episode, because then you'll see the updated have-not room. And going back to the game, so for the first time, we're not doing random nominations, and we're not doing random voting. The spinning wheel is gone for the votes, guys. The Sims are going to nominate and vote out based on their relationships, which has never been done on this channel before, so I'm very excited. And a lot of people have been telling me for a long time that they wanted me to do that, and I was always hesitant because I didn't want to manipulate the game, but at the same time I feel like that there's so much you can do that it doesn't involve manipulation, like just follow the whims. And that's why I was kind of doing with the Elimination Challenge Season 7. I wanted to test it out. I wanted to test the water, see how I felt about it, and I think in the end it worked out really well, so I'm excited to try this for this season. So it's going to be based on relationships only, so we'll have to see what happens. And as you guys can see, I'm working on the purple room. I'm also adding all of the laundry baskets because I completely forgot to do that while I was building this place. But I'm worried because I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of clothes all over the place. But you know what? They just got to clean up, and I'm glad that this season a little bit different from the Elimination Challenge in the sense that I am going to be controlling the Sims whenever I want, but I'm going to try very hard to stick to their whims when it comes to things that could give them advantages in the game. So for example, I'm not going to try to build skills unless they actually have the whim to do it. I'm not going to interact with certain Sims unless they have a whim to interact with them. So it's not, if it says I want to tell a joke, I will tell a joke, and I'll tell the joke to a Sim that's nearby, maybe one of the best friend in the house, etc. But I'm not going to like go to the head of household and start talking, have the Sim talk to them unless it was one of their whims to do so, because I just feel like that's like a lot of manipulation. This was the red room, but it failed. It failed hardcore, and I ended up making it the pink room. I didn't like the red room, but I really wanted a red room because I wanted it to be the love room. But the pink room's now the love room, so it's all good. It worked out in the end, but this room was really tricky. I don't know why, but I just can't make red rooms. So if you guys have a red room that you've made, can you please send me a photo of it on Discord? Or upload it to the gallery with the StuGaming hashtag, because I would love to see a red room that's done successfully, because mine just was, yeah, it just was not great. And I really wanted a red room because I'm gonna have the lava lamps in here, or the you know, the woohoo lamps, you know, the ones that make them all romantic, because this is gonna be the woohoo room, guys. Like, when you're not head of household, you guys come in the love room. There's actually only one door and it has to go through another room, so they're gonna walk in and out pretty guilty afterwards. But I know that this season's gonna have a lot of showmancing, because I'm gonna have a little bit more control, because I tried so hard in the Elimination Challenge Season 7 to do some showmancing, and it was a pretty big fail, guys. It was a pretty big fail. In the end, I did manage to get one showmance in, but still, it was not as good as I wanted it to be. I wanted to do it a lot earlier, but these Sims were playing very hard to get. They just weren't into it. And that season, I did solely on whims alone, so I got some feedback on Discord, and some people mentioned that they missed me controlling the Sims, which is why I'm going to have a little bit more say in this season. So your feedback and your comments is definitely appreciated, because I do listen to you guys. I take your advice. I want to hear it. By the way, I've been talking through this whole time, and I missed the green room and the blue room, but you guys get the picture, right? The green room is very earthy, the blue room, and then I actually couldn't think of another color that I liked, so I ended up doing a second blue room because the yellow scheme didn't work either. And I was surprised, because the yellow room and the Elimination Challenge I really liked, but I just did another blue room, but it was kind of more like teal. But this room, this is the only room in the house that I feel like I kind of just like lost a little bit of creativity. By this point, I was like 4 hours into the build, and I was like, I am done. I do not want to do this anymore. So I actually took like 2 weeks off before getting back into the rest of the house. And then I started on the bathroom and the living room and the kitchen, which is actually, in my opinion, the hardest rooms, because these are really important rooms to do. You got to make them look good. And the bathroom, you'll see, had like 15 different themes. I had one theme, then I went to another theme, then I went to another theme. And in the end, I actually went with a really rustic tin roof kind of look. And I really like it in the end. I was really happy with how it looked in the end, but it took me a long time to get there. I like tried lots of different combinations. But anyway, so that is how I'm going to be doing the nominations and also the voting. The other thing I got a lot of feedback on throughout my series on YouTube is people have not loved the voting for the veto. And to be honest with you, I actually do agree with that one, because the problem with the voting for the veto is it makes it very easy for the Sims that we love to make it really far. And it's not that I'm not happy about that, it's just that I like the element of surprise. Like, I like not knowing if our Sim is going to actually do well. So I think for me, I'm very, very excited that I actually have veto competitions this time. So they're gonna actually have to play 6 Sims each week. There will be 3 at random, and then the 3 where the 2 nominees and the head of household are chosen to play. And then the veto will also be based on relationships. So it's gonna be very exciting to see how this affects the game, because our favorites are no longer just gonna be defaulted off. Like, if you look at last season and even season 1 of Sims 4 Elimination Challenge, Sims Big Brother, Alison De Laurentiis was vetoed every single time. You had Janelle, Brittany, you know, all the favorites of the season were always vetoed, which is great because, you know, we get to see them more. But I think that the Elimination Challenge teaches us that even when our favorites go, it's not necessarily the worst thing, because it just makes us have to be more creative with the other Sims that we don't necessarily like as much, you know. So look at how many times I'm trying to do this bathroom, guys. Like, this was a hardcore fail. This is also not the final version. Like, it took me forever to do this bathroom. It was so hard. So if you guys have any bathroom ideas like that you want to share with me, I'm more than open to hear them, because again, this bathroom was rock hard. It was very, very hard. And so that's how we're gonna do the vetoes, that's how we're going to do nominations, and that is how we're going to do the voting this game. So very excited for that. I hope you guys are excited too. And also, this cast again is bigger, so I'm gonna try to do only 2-part rounds. So instead of doing, you know, head of household and eviction and then nominations and then veto, I'm gonna try to do eviction, head of household, and then that's one episode, and then nominations and veto in the same episode. Because now that I don't have to wait for you guys to vote on if you want to use the veto, because I'm going to be doing competitions, I can do that all in the same part. So that might be really exciting, and then also might speed up the game a little bit, because it takes a long time and a lot of parts to do Big Brother if you're going to do it all separate episodes like that. So for me, I think that I'm going to do it where the total season is about 21 parts, which I think is perfect amount of length. And I'll also probably do the finale at like final 5 or 6 or something, so that we get a lot of suspense. So I'll do a lot of speed rounds for the last episode. It'll be like an hour length, and it'll be good. But I know with the Elimination Challenge finale, I did an hour-long part, and I had the final 7, and it was very exciting because there was a lot of potential possibilities. Like, we didn't have any idea who was gonna win, and I think that that's what we like for the finale. We want it to be like that level of mystery, right? So if you guys have any feedback on that, definitely let me know. But I think that doing the finale with more people could be fun, because if you do it with only, you know, 3 people left, it's pretty much obvious who's gonna win, or it might not be super obvious, but it's probably going to be pretty predictable because there's only 3 choices, you know? So at this point, I got really uninspired, so I started working on the head of household competition. That bathroom and kitchen killed me. They're still not the final versions, by the way, but the head of household room I was very excited about because I knew for the first time I was going to add a balcony, which was really pumped. I was really pumped about that. And I also wanted to do like basically very vibrant color schemes throughout the entire house, except the bathroom up here. I kind of kept that one a little bit more simplistic and a little bit more neutral color palette, but everything else was pretty bright, pretty vivid, and I like that about this particular build, and I really love it. You know, I really like this build. I hope you guys like it. This will be in the gallery the day, well, actually probably today. I'll probably put it up later tonight, and if I have forgotten, just remind me on Discord, because sometimes I forget things, guys. I'm not perfect, unfortunately, but I do definitely want to share this build with you, and if you guys want it, you're more than welcome to. The only custom content in this entire build is the wall photos, so like the memory wall photos. So if you have all the packs in the series, you will be able to have this build as is. There's nothing that you would need to do. But if you don't have all of the packs, no problem. Just kind of fill in the voids with different types of furniture that you like in the packs that you do own. But I can't tell you which packs I've used because, to be honest with you, I'm not very good at remembering all that stuff. But I know it's probably quite a few because I have a very unique taste. I like to put a lot of different things in instead of keeping it simple. I like to add like a lot of different elements from a lot of different packs. There's not really a unified theme there, so definitely you might need more packs than just a couple if you want to have all of these furniture's pieces in your particular Big Brother house. But I also love watching you guys edit my houses, so if you guys do a little bit of an edit on this build, I'd love to see it. Definitely upload it to the gallery, and I'll definitely take a look at it because I love that. I love seeing your builds. I love seeing your Sims, you know, so that's also very exciting. Also, another thing that's going to be happening next week after the premiere, I will be doing some more cast videos for Sims that I edited but are definitely in the cast. So I didn't actually do that yet because I didn't want to throw too many spoilers at you. You know, if I put all the Sims that I casted in cast videos, then you'll probably know who the cast is before the premiere. And I wanted to add some sort of level of mystery, like who could it be? You know, like maybe I didn't get this Sim in, or maybe this Sim's in and I thought this one was in, you know? I wanted it to be a little bit more mysterious, but when I do the when I do the cast videos, I will definitely do the backstories to give you a little bit more information on the Sims themselves. And this way you guys can kind of build better characters. Also, if you have any ideas on how the series could go, or if you have any character development ideas, I love hearing those. I know for the Elimination Challenge, sorry, not the Elimination Challenge, but the Duel Season 1, a lot of the ideas that I had were inspired by the feedback in the comments that the players, the viewers were making when they watched the videos. And I was like, oh my gosh, like they just gave me a really good idea and they didn't even know it, you know? So it was really great. I love your interactions. I love your involvement. So definitely feel that you can contribute that way. I'm all ears. I love the feedback. So definitely anytime you want to talk, just let me know and we will definitely get together and talk about it, or just share it on Discord with everybody else while we talk about it. So one of the things that we typically do is after the premiere of any episode, we end up going on Discord right afterwards and we talk about what just happened. So if that's something that appeals to you, definitely come on board then. Like, I know I've talked about this to death and you're probably like, Stuart, we get it, you want us to come on Discord already, but it is very fun. You know, I think like I never thought that part would be like super exciting. I never even thought about talking about the game after the episode aired, and then the second that people started talking to me about it, man, it was like so interesting. I was like, I love hearing all your theories, and it really does give me so many ideas for the series. And who knows, you could contribute to that. If that's something that you want to do, definitely come by and you could potentially contribute to that, which would be very exciting, you know? So right up here we are doing the bridge area, which is kind of like our party area. You know, you got the dance floor, and then also I have the gym nearby. So there wasn't enough room downstairs for the gym because I had so many double beds, so all the rooms had to be quite big, but I wanted a lot of options. Plus also I didn't want that moodlet about like sore back because of it's an uncomfortable bed or whatever, right? So I was like, hey, I got to do a better bedroom situation. So I definitely wanted to focus on putting a lot more double beds in. But that being said, I also don't choose beds based on comfort level. I choose them based on the look of the bed. So I know that I've chosen some beds that give an uncomfortable sore back trait or moodlet, but I didn't care because I like them so much. And yeah, this area I really like. I think this is a very popular area. After I was playing the first part with the Sims, all they did was hang out on the second floor. And I was like, really? You have the whole bottom floor? But I think it's because I put that one speaker on that table. So I ended up putting speakers on a lot of different tables and walls throughout the house now. Hopefully they'll go different areas of the house and like enjoy other parts of it. But I also muted all the speakers so that we can't hear it. But that way the Sims can have fun in different areas. So I also forgot about the chess table. I was really sad that I missed that on the upper level because I feel like chess is always put on the second floor, but I just put it on the basement floor right in the kitchen, which I thought worked well. So for the nominations, you guys can see that we don't have that ginormous table, which I love to have. I would be so happy if they had a custom content table that was circular and fit 16 Sims. If you know of custom content out there that can do that, let me know, because I would totally get that. I would totally get it, but right now we don't have it. So I don't really know how I'm going to do the nomination ceremony. I'm going to kind of play it by ear when I record the episode. So I'm going to try different ways, but I think that I might have to do nominations in the living room. And it's kind of like that was something that was done in the Real Big Brother series sometimes. You know, when they do those speed evictions, they just quickly, nominate in the living room. So I might do that for the nomination ceremony. But if you guys have any ideas of how I can do the nominations, I would be all ears. But if it's around a square table or a rectangular table, I'm not interested because it just doesn't look like Big Brother to me. I just don't like the idea of that big, long rectangular table. I definitely want it to be circular. And also, because I've already designed the property and the house, there's not any room for a big rectangular table that would fit 16 Sims. So definitely don't want to redesign the place, but if you have any ideas of how I could do the nominations a little bit more exciting, I'm all ears, because as you guys know, in previous seasons, it was literally the nomination music started and we were still on the playthrough because it started basically when people started using the restroom or get some food, because that is basically how they were nominated, right? It was based on how they interacted. So that being said, the house is done. Here are all the shots of it. I really, really hope that you like it. And if you have any questions and feedback, definitely let me know on Discord. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next part. Bye for now.